We OG, we OG. Oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got D or no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Runes is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, it's my guy for real, bro. Got friends right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yeah, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls. Bet I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me. Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it start? Nobody knows. It's a revolution, ayy. Bitcoin is the one, no substitution, ayy. With Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We are live from the Ordinal Hour, and this one is going to be absolutely insane because today is Inauguration Day. We got Trump. We got a crypto president actually coming out. I mean, the guy has more of his net worth in crypto right now than he does in real estate. So he's a crypto president. He's out here, guys. He's about to take office in about 54 minutes from right now. And guys, so we're going to keep the show a little shorter, on the shorter side today, just because, you know, it's inauguration. We're not going to do Maryland Monday today either, because we want to make sure that, you know, we want you guys to watch it, right? We want you guys to see what he says, because there's going to be some key words that we need to be listening for that could really shoot up our markets. We got a lot to talk about today as well. We got the Trump coin, the Melania coin, the bullshit, right? I'm going to let you guys know that I sold all my meme coins over the weekend. I'm just done with them. I'm done with meme coins. You know, I'm looking for projects. I'm looking for the next utility projects in the Bitcoin ecosystem. We had a call with someone earlier today, and they're building something really cool. So a lot of stuff to look forward to. But it's just not meme coins. Yagobi feels differently, and we'll get his opinion on it as well. But I'm tapping out, guys. I will never invest in another meme coin again. I think what Trump did over this weekend, it smacked the taste right out of my mouth. It's disgusting, and I hate it. But I'm hoping that, you know, regulation comes in, and we actually get real projects with real utility that could actually dismantle TradFi. That's what I'm hoping for, and I think that's what we're going to get. Really excited for this one. So without further ado, bring my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
What's up, man? How are you? How was your weekend, man? Because my weekend wasn't that great.
Well, what do you mean? The Eagles won, man. That must have been
the Eagles won. Snoquan Barkley.
Yeah. But in terms of the markets, yeah, it was you know, Trump and Melania both kind of sucking the liquidity out of the entire space. Well, I would say the alt markets, because Bitcoin was fine and Solana was fine. But yeah, that was really hard to see, right? Just because like everything was bleeding, and we were like, why? And then we find out that this Trump coin is going absolutely bonkers. And so, yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with you. I didn't like that. I didn't like, you know, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth as well. But at the same time, I think what we are looking forward to now is really kind of igniting the alts, kind of a little bit of reset, repricing. But now I think the price is pretty low, so people will probably start funneling back in very soon.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. There was some really good price action as well. Like I got in some really good projects that I'm really bullish on that are like, bringing innovation this weekend. So that was cool. I was able to get them really cheap, but I was selling some assets at a very cheap price too. But let's kind of get into the kind of what's going on. So right now is inauguration day, first crypto president. How huge is it? How monstrous is this, do you think? Or you think that it's going to be like very normal?
No, I think it's going to be really big. I think he's going to say some things like strategic reserve, the crypto kind of America being first, and stuff like that. That will pump the markets probably, and so that's going to ignite things. I think. Initially, I do expect there to be a lot of energy from VCs and maybe retail buyers coming back, but getting into like some of these little Ponzi-nomics type of things, right?
Yeah.
Initially. So you got to be careful because, right now people are a little bit relaxed and they're happy that, this new president's having a pro crypto stance. Now, 4 months down the road, we'll probably have way more solid regulations in this space. And so what I'm also hearing is there's going to be some executive orders that should be signed here in the next 24 to 48 hours that will also just make people bullish on our space. So all in all, this is good because this could be like a really good opportunity cycle for people like us that are paying attention every day.
100%. Yeah, I agree. I'm bullish on it too. I think with this bullshit, I mean, you got to deal with that, but at the same time, I think that he's going to put a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and we're seeing that right now. Speculation is circulating that Donald Trump will announce or tease the U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve at tomorrow's inauguration. So this was from something from yesterday, and then the guys at Polymarket shows a 52% probability that Trump will establish a Bitcoin reserve within 100 days of office. This was below 20 2 weeks ago. It is now 52%. What do you think? Do you think we get 100 days, dude? Like that's like March, April.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously the public still seems a bit torn on it, just a little bit. This is kind of like taking one side of the bed or the other, right? With the points.
Yeah.
So, because these are people that are using Polymarket are pretty good at doing research and stuff. So 52 is kind of right down the middle. It's undecided, right? So I am bullish that it did go from 20 to 52. Let's see where it goes after today, right? Once we get to like 60%, then I start feeling a lot more comfortable and confident. But the fact that it's even here, and the first 100 days is big. But one indicator that if you've been paying attention to the news headlines like us, there's more and more states that are establishing their strategic reserve. So that should be an indicator that the federal level, it's coming soon.
Yeah. And if the federal level does it, I think there's mass FOMO for the states who haven't thought about it yet. For one, not just, for the state to have it, but they want to be that person to push that bill forward, right? Because then they can go out and when they're coming out to, get reelected, they can say, hey, yeah, I was the one who put the bill out. They all want that. And that's why you're seeing a rush of momentum right now. They all want to be that crypto governor because crypto right now, they can like it or not. But, I think by the end of, Trump's term, 51% of the entire United States will be invested in crypto. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's take it back to Friday. So there was a crypto ball. We had David Sachs come out and he said, basically the destruction of crypto is over. And he had a red background and he's screaming. But during this event, Trump decided to launch the Donald Trump coin, the official one. We were just talking about, right? So, but I kind of want to roll this down the timeline a little bit. So this was Friday night. A lot of people were sleeping. Like Asia was just waking up. Europe was middle of the night. But he dropped this. And no one really knew what to think. Everyone thought that maybe he was hacked. But then he dropped it also on Truth Social. So that's when people start realizing it was on Truth Social. I saw it, the lowest I saw it at was like, I think I saw it at like 7 million. I was sitting at my computer and I was like, look at this fucking scam. And I didn't even think anything of it. A few hours later, I was like, God damn it, right? But it is what it is, right? But some insiders were buying. They at like 1 minute after the coin was launched. Obviously, this is something launched by Don Jr. Everyone's saying, he's the leader of the Trump organization right now. He's the head of it, and they're saying he might have been telling people the contract address, and people were coming in with millions and millions of dollars. I mean, you don't go to $1 billion within an hour without some insiders, and then a lot of them dumped already. What do you think about this whole situation? Friday night, Gary Gensler, shakes everyone's hand, leaves, and then a few hours later, Trump drops a meme coin.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many like Trump assets out there. So I didn't see that from his official account that he had posted this. If I saw that, I would have taken it a lot more serious. But I saw people talking about a Trump token. I was like, oh, another Trump token kind of thing, right? But obviously, it was more than that. Also, like, I'm not so sure how much he was involved with this. He was probably like, okay, he signed off on it, maybe his kids and stuff were doing that. But I will say that the weekend led to being a bit overwhelming. And I say that because, you look on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and everything is in red besides Trump coin and Solana and Jupiter. And I think maybe like 2 or 3 more in the top 100, and everything else was red. There's only about 5 that were green, and then you're like, what's happening? And you quickly realize that like everybody's moving their liquidity from all these other altcoins to the Trump coin. And you're like, when is this going to stop? Like the bleeding. So in a sense, it did kind of get a little stressful because of that, right? I'm sure a bunch of people got liquidated in their leverage positions, right? Because they were, taking leverage probably on different stuff, and then this happens. And then Sunday kind of just was the cherry on top when the Melania coin was launched. I was just like, wow. And at that point, it was more the people that got in late to the Trump coin that suffered from that, right? And so I think that's when crypto Twitter kind of got set off, and the timeline was just like a bunch of angry people, basically.
Yeah, 100%. I saw Francis Dune tweeted something, and he was like, Melania Coin, go. And he was like, you should have watched my video and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, no, that was the first thing. And then my bags were coming back, and then they decided to drop even further. And I was like, no. So it was like, and I think, you can just tell that these guys aren't, the Trump Jr. and Eric and stuff. You guys aren't crypto native people, because if so, they would have known you do not drop a second coin while your first coin is still hot, right? You just don't do it. You just don't do that. But Melania came out and immediately went to 7 billion, and I think it's flirting around there right now, while Trump's sitting around I think 30 or 40 billion still. So pretty absolutely insane. And then Robinhood lists Trump coin. That's when you've seen it really go from $45 to $70 when you've seen Coinbase and Binance come out and say they're going to list it, and then Robinhood jumps both of them and lists it immediately, so normies can go buy it over there the same way they buy stocks and stuff like that. So, and then you've seen the Trump coin go even higher. Right now you're kind of seeing it around $50 last time I checked. It's at $47 right now, kind of coming back down. But absolutely insane weekend. I've never seen anything like this. We're definitely in a bull market. Like this stuff does not happen in a bear market. Like it doesn't happen. But I'm finally feeling, especially waking up in the middle of the night checking my portfolio all the time now, I'm definitely feeling the bull market that is here.
Yeah, the bull market is here, and a lot of people compared this to Doge hitting that big number of X's in 2021, January of 2021, and then I think like a couple days later, alt season started, or you know what I mean, things started going crazy. So let's hope that that's what this is, because liquidity got sucked out back then as well, as what people were saying. So maybe this is something that's going to be a very similar trajectory, right? Let's hope that's the case. But because if not, then basically, just a lot of our bags market caps like retraced like 40-50%, and then it's only bounced back like maybe like 20% so far, for some of the major ones. So I think we all kind of deserve a little bit of a start to alt season now, right? Because one thing I'm starting to realize, and we talked about this too, is our space that we kind of hyper focus on is the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? And you know, it's been a little depressing. You can see on the CT timeline and stuff like that. But you know, the last people to let Bitcoin go before it hits at least like 80% of what they believe is going to be this year's top is going to be people in our ecosystem, the people that are good at making Bitcoin. You know, the Raktoshis, the ZK Sharks, the you know the big people in our space. And so you know, once that happens, you know, I believe like alt season will be like an indicator for them. Okay, you know, Bitcoin's probably having this first quarter top right now. Let's flow back into our space because they'll see Ethereum and other things take off, and that's when I think like our assets get some you know energy back.
Yeah, I agree with I hope so. But I'm personally done with meme coins. I think our space needs especially now if we get regulation, we need projects. We need some of these runes to really come alive and really starting to be, you know, stakeable. I mean, you see stuff with Fluid. I want to earn. I want to do stuff with my tokens. I want to, you know, have liquidity pools and you know, I want fun. I want excitement. I want AI. You know, I want insanity over here, and I think we're gonna get it. I do truly believe that, you know, it starts and ends with Bitcoin, and I truly believe that. But it's not gonna be sustainable for all we have as meme coins.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. But also, you know, one thing that we got word of is that the VCs are really interested in our space, the Bitcoin ecosystem, and VCs are kind of back in general in the crypto space. So, you know, they'll pour liquidity back in. We're just really liquidity hungry right now, and I think that we start to get that appetite kind of taken care of here in the next maybe like month or so.
Yeah, I just don't know where they're gonna pour it, right? Like, are they gonna pour it all over Arch? Hell yeah, sign me up. They're gonna pour it over to like BitLayer and like, you know, all these some of these scam L2s. Like, I just don't really see that. You know what I mean? Like, I just when people say that, I'm just like, yeah,
Well,
but like, how much money can you possibly give Arch before the coin is like overvalued?
yeah, so I'm not even talking about like the investment side. I'm talking about getting things going, right? Like so, and I was speaking more of like the crypto space, but I do think that it's going to pour directly into the
Okay,
Bitcoin side
I
as well,
gotcha.
because we heard that as well, that VCs are pouring into our space. But I think more than anything is the crypto like broad spectrum, because yeah, virtuals was fun and all that stuff, but that was a lot of PvP of people that were holding, you know, liquidity on the
Early,
sidelines,
yeah.
but more of us, like, you know, people are in it daily. That wasn't huge like VC investors and stuff. When that comes, you'll see something kind of crazy, like the high energy of 2021, the high energy of 2017. And I've seen this a lot on my timeline that ICOs are back. So, you know, if we have something like 2017 with the ICO run again, that could be huge, mixed in with kind of the DeFi craziness of 2021.
Yeah, 100%. Google searches are back. Google search volumes for terms of buy crypto and buy Solana have surged amid Trump meme coin frenzy. So that is one thing Trump coin did. It's waking a lot of people back up, saying, "Hey, you need to figure this out before it's too late." I had actually friends hitting me up saying, "Yo, where can I get Trump coin?" And then I said, "Hey, you need a Phantom wallet, and you got to buy some Solana on Coinbase. Send it." And they said, and they're just basically like, "Oh, they were just tapped out."
Yeah.
Like once they got to send their crypto off chain, they're just done, right? So. But, you know, when stuff comes on chain, I mean, on these exchanges, that's when they're going to buy it. And I think it's retail's the ones who are going to get hurt by this, right? Because, you know, if you're not willing to learn how to use the chains themselves, if you're only going to buy on, you know, you're going to make 3-4x max, 5x
Yeah.
max. If you're it's just the gains are just not there unless you're using things like virtuals and using things like, you know, Solana and stuff like that. That's where the real gains are going to come from. But once they get put on exchanges, yeah, they're going to pump all our bags. But,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the day, retail's going to get hurt like they always do. But
Yeah.
they'll let it make a couple X's.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, some of them could do really well long term, but you have to wait at least a couple of years if you're doing that strategy, right? And so,
Yeah.
but it's funny you said that, like, because I feel like they always take a step back after you tell them, oh, you got to open a wallet and all this stuff, and then they're like, wait a second, what does crypto do again? And you're like, oh, okay, watch my show, or like go watch it, get some like beginnings, because honestly, like at that point they're not convicted. If they were convicted in crypto, they would have already taken the steps to do that. And I'm definitely here to help my friends and family and stuff like that, you know, but there has to be a certain level of like belief in it for them to really get there. So
The worst part is when they say, "Yo, can I just send you the money and you send me the
oh,
and it's like, no.
yeah.
First off, I'm not a CPA. I'm not doing that. Or yo, if I give you $1,000, can you invest it for me? No, I'm not doing that, dude. I've got that multiple times.
I know.
And it's just like I just can't. I just know. First off, like you're gonna be mad when you lose $300, but I'm gonna be like, you know what? You're still good, bro. Like you're still good. Like just keep holding, and you're not gonna want to hold it, and then you can get mad at me for losing your money, and then you're gonna sell it, and then it's gonna go up 4x, and you're gonna be pissed at me for letting you sell it. Like you know what I mean? So it's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose. So
yep.
Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong calls for global leaders to establish Bitcoin reserves as hedge against inflation. This is the first time Brian Armstrong has come out and said this. Perfect timing too, because he was like in a lawsuit with the SEC, so he really didn't showcase his opinion at all. But right now is the first time he's really out there, and he's saying, "Yo, you all need to have a Bitcoin reserve. You just do it."
Yeah. He's been really vocal lately, I think probably because he knows where everything's headed and he feels a little bit more safe about voicing his opinion and stuff. So that's really big. And I think people probably respect him in the space. I wonder if he's going to get like some sort of advisory type thing, but I don't know if that's conflict of interest. It seems like it probably is, but David Sachs is probably a little bit conflict of interest. He's probably really happy this past weekend, right? So,
I mean, yeah, when the Border Bazaar owns but that's the thing too, is like these guys don't own the coins themselves. They own companies that hold these coins. Like Brian Armstrong, I don't hold any Bitcoin, right? But Coinbase, goes up and down by the Bitcoin price, right? So it's like you have exposure without initial exposure. And that's what David Sachs has. I don't own any Solana because technically he doesn't, but Multi-Coin Capital, his company that he owns, they hold a lot of it. So it's like, where's the line there, right? So, but this is what a lot of politicians do, right? They don't own stocks, but they advise their people that they companies they own to do stuff, and that's where the line gets messed up. So, so a lot of people don't like Capo. I do like Capo. I bet he's been right lately. He was really wrong saying he's going to get done $10,000 Bitcoin, but he came out with this and he said potential 5 to 50% shakeout. So he's calling for it within this week, before the up only season begins. Just don't get shaken out. Do you believe that we get a 5 to 15% shakeout, or maybe we already did?
I'm hoping if we do, then it's going to be the first part of like alt season.
Yeah.
Because Bitcoins will be fine if it gets a 5 to 15% shakeout. That's not a problem. There's no needing to convince people about Bitcoin any longer.
Yeah.
And so obviously if it like went down like 50% or something crazy, that some world event would happen. But 5 to 15%, I think that's actually healthy. And I'm hoping Ethereum can catch some life though, and really get going because I really do think that's the indicator that even people in our ecosystem are waiting to deploy back into.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, Trump's World Liberty Finance is continuously buying ETH as we speak. Their total ETH is now at 142. I think it's actually even higher. Let me grab. So I went to the site. It's Arkham. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend it. But it's actually telling you exactly what's in the World Liberty portfolio. So World Liberty is kind of working like an ETF in the sense of, potentially they have a token, you'll be buying their token, but you get exposure to Ethereum. They have $160 million in Ethereum. They have $73 million in USDT, $53 million in USDC, wrapped Bitcoin. They have $11 million in that. Aave, Link, Tron, Athena, wrapped ETH, USA Coin, Ondo.
No way. Tap?
I mean, huh?
They have Tap in there?
Oh, fuck, dude. They have Tap in there. Dude, they got Tap in there.
Wait. And so this is not like a token.
Arkham.
I know, but like
their portfolio.
So they have to report that because it's not based off a wallet, right? Because the reason why I'm asking this is because did someone drop 5K Tap in there?
They could have dropped. They could have sent them $8,000. Yeah, I mean, possible. Yeah, this is just what's in their wallet.
That's what I'm saying. But if they actually added it to it, then that's a totally different thing. And people can probably just airdrop stuff there. Is my point.
Do you think Benny's team would drop $8,000 in Tap? I mean, I think they would.
I mean, it'd probably be smart.
Yeah.
It's marketing. Right now, we were talking about
Yeah.
it. So
I mean, they have a lot of coins here. I mean,
yeah,
they got
exactly.
like
That's why I'm
so
kind of
they got
like,
Uni, $324 of it. I mean, they got a lot. They got a lot of stuff in here. So yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. Phantom, $88 worth of it. Like, so I mean, yeah, there's hundreds of coins in here.
oh, okay.
But Tap was smart though, because I didn't see that until you just brought it up to me. But yeah, they got $8,000 of Tap in here. It's like their 10th largest holding. I mean, good for them. That's good for Tap. Like that was smart.
That's
We-
really smart, bro. That's really smart. And here's the thing, too. Let's just hypothetical, okay? Tap, like, so now the fact that and that's a decent amount of Tap. I mean, for like a regular person, right? Not,
Yeah.
you know, the World Liberty, but because they have 5,000 Tap now, like the powers to be can really pump Tap to get that $8,000 value to be worth,
Yeah.
you know, let's say they went
80,000?
or whatever, right? Like to where it's catching the eye of people that look at this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
very, very
But yeah, so
interesting.
what is happening though is they are, they did a pre-sale of world this coin or whatever, and your favorite person in the world, I know you love this guy, but Tron founder Justin Sun announces an additional 45 million investment. So he's giving them $75 million, and they're actually taking that money and they're investing in assets. And they probably were early to buy the Trump coin and dump that and are buying assets with that money, right? So which is insane to me. But I mean, they're probably going to have one of the biggest portfolios ever. This is probably going to be looked at as like, what are they buying? What are they selling?
That's another very extremely. So basically, they Justin Sun's doing what Tap thought, but way more involved. Not just airdropped or whatever. And this is smart for Justin Sun in so many ways because I don't think that the Trump team would have probably bought any coins outside of like made in USA ones. And the fact that like Justin Sun kind of did this gesture of like, hey, let me get you guys started, 75 million, that sets a pretty decent relationship between World Liberty, the Trump crypto team, and Justin Sun and possibly other, teams that are overseas. Now, I think no matter if you're overseas or in the US, you got to do extreme due diligence if you're going to create some sort of like S&P or whatever this is, right? A basket of goods, but very smart. Justin Sun might love him or hate him. This is a very smart move, even though he's putting up this investment. This is actually an investment for him to really put Tron even more on the map in the western part of the world.
Yeah, $75 million for him is like 70,000 for us, right?
Yep.
It's not much. It's not much. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not like, he's not gonna like die over it.
Not
right?
from
So
him,
it's
yeah.
But like, and that's the thing too, is Tron now is sitting there with $4.7 million. I mean, they got $4.7 million in Tron. Probably because of that, right? But they're probably like, yeah, let's buy some Tron with it as well. So I mean, if he gets gets that token in there as well. So absolutely huge. I'm curious if they're staking any of this USDT or USDC, or if they're planning to buy with it, because you can earn. They have Athena in here, so they can earn 20% by trading in the USDT, the USDE, and doing it that way as well. So
yeah, I mean, probably have a strategy of always having a certain amount of stable.
Yeah.
And then, and in case they need to deploy into like a solid, new part of their portfolio.
And they're saying USA Coin, they have no with that, but that was probably airdrop to them.
Yeah.
So that's probably why it's in there as well. So, but yeah, really interesting when I was looking through that. It was really cool. But they also went and Trump's World Liberty Financial Group, they went and bought TrumpCoin.eth. They bought EricTrump.eth, BaronTrump.eth. So the people that were making these or creating them made a bank. They I don't know what the exact price was, but they went and they were sitting there and they got bought up. So again, being early pays when it's really smart for someone to create Baron.Trump or BaronTrump.eth, because now the World Liberty came in and they bought it probably with Justin Sun's money.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, what do you think about that? Do you think they continuously buy up all the? It kind of made me want to get a .eth, but I mean, it's looking like, I mean, that's their largest holding by far. I mean, they have $160 million in ETH. They're continuously buying ETH and buying .eth. I think they're getting ready to pump ETH, dude.
Possibly. I mean, it's about time, I think, that like ETH does something, right? They're about to
Yeah.
like really poke it with a stick hard and say, hey, it's time to do something here. But also, I think it's time for kind of the maxis to realize that Ethereum is a legitimate asset. I mean, let's
Yeah.
just be let's call it what it is in terms of market cap and stuff like that, right? You might say it's a far inferior asset in terms of the what it's used for in text and all that stuff, whatever, security and stuff. But it is, I think it's going to be a big player, obviously, right? BlackRock, I think, has a good exposure to it too.
Yeah.
So, and it will also make our ecosystem secondary Bitcoin assets do well, right? So I don't know. This is pretty cool, and yeah, I think that pump is coming for ETH.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's get into that Bitcoin Fear and Greed, brought to you guys by BitPerp. BitPerp is going to be the leading leverage trading platform in the entire ecosystem, but they're going to be much, much more than that. And they have a big announcement coming. I don't know if that announcement is out yet, but they have a huge announcement coming this week. They're going to start their paper trading competition as well. But guys, it pays to pay attention. With their next big step is going to be the biggest step they've ever taken. I want to say what they're going to do, but you guys will probably find out today. It's going to be massive. Definitely go to their Twitter. Definitely have notifications on, because it's definitely something you're going to want to be a part of. Think bigger than just a leverage platform. Think monsters. That's what BitPerp's going to be, and they're going to bring that to Bitcoin DeFi. Exactly what everyone's talking about right now. They're going to bring a lot of money there, and you're going to let you take leverage on your dog. They're going to let on your runes, on your BRC20s, potentially much more. I'm really looking forward to this, and potentially I could take a short on Trump coin, because that would be awesome. So.
Yep, because I do think that they're going to have something like that available. But yeah, so before we get into the Bitcoin price action, guys, if you wouldn't mind on the YouTube side, smash that like, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on so you know when we go live. On the X side, guys, share the space for us if you wouldn't mind, and hit that like as well. But let's get into some Bitcoin price action here. Okay, so we're kind of stuck at the standstill right now, because I think people are waiting to see, what does Trump mention the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve? They don't really want to dump hard, before that happens. I don't know. I think we're at kind of like the standstill. We're at 105, a 288. We got as high. We hit an all-time high though. We wicked all the way to like 109.4. Which is overnight over in the U.S. and then we saw this kind of retracement from that, and I think that was the pullback, before his speech at the inauguration. But if we look at the indicators, which I think today is going to be tricky, to really go off of these leading indicators, because like I said, the right words can really kind of spark this market again. If you look at the stochastics, though, it does look like it's coming back down from oversold, so we are kind of hanging out in the middle here at a stochastic score of 48 on the blue leading indicator line there, or 48. And then the MACD looks like the sell pressure is a bit exhausted, right? So it looks like it does want to come down some more, sitting at 105.228. If the indicators, control the price here for the next couple hours, then we might see further down, like 104.5, or 104 even, something like that. I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy too drastic, just because, like I said, we have the speech coming up. So I would probably just hang tight, stand on the sidelines to see what happens through the speech. But that's what I see for the second half of today. In terms of the 4 hour, looks like it's definitely like really trying to throw gang signs down here. The MACD bars, it's like all jacked up over here. So there was some retracement, and now it's kind of like, oh, what's gonna happen? So I think we're all just in limbo right now. There isn't one side really dominating in terms of support or resistance right now. But if I had to say anything in terms of just my intuition and my gut, I would say, we're probably going to hear something to do with the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, today, and that probably will spark the Bitcoin's price. But if it takes it to something crazy like 120, not right away, it happened over hours, but probably see some sort of retracement later this week, because like going up, that would be overbought in my opinion, going up that high. But some people are calling 120 and then a retracement, kind of, I guess, to finish off the month. That would really kind of align, but I would like to see Ethereum getting aggressive right before that happens, right before, like let's say we have that 5 to 15% pullback in Ethereum, just kind of pushing up really hard. That's a good sign. So look out for Bitcoin dominance because it's been really high the past weekend, like I think 62%. We need that down in the 40s, really, for typical, alignment for alt season to start. So that's what I'm seeing for second half today and the next couple of days here. So, I say just kind of buckle up and see how the markets react to today.
Yeah, man, 100%. So do you think he could jack the price? Do you think we run today if he comes out and says something? Do you like, or is that already kind of priced in?
No, I think that like something like this, like the new leader of the free world that like everybody looks to for like financial like markets and everything. I don't think it can be priced in pre. It's such a major event. I think some of it was, like it definitely there was a hype and the event. I think there's very rare cases that happens in life, but I think this could be one of them. You know what I mean? To where everybody gets really bullish and nation states maybe start to FOMO because he says that and all that stuff. But we'll see. I mean, Bitcoin, is unpredictable in times like this, so it could be really volatile. People are waiting for that statement and it's up and down, up and down. And if he makes it, then we finally have like we have like a really strong push up. But, that's where I would be careful is like after the strong push up, like, when does it retrace? Does it retrace tomorrow? Does it take like 2 days? I do think it's going to retrace. If it's not going to just be up only until like for the summer. So there's going to be I think a decent correction if we get like a good bump up here, which we've already actually had a really good buy up in terms of hitting 109. But we do. This will take us, I think, into a new realm of like 1,000 over the previous all-time high isn't a big deal. You're getting 10,000 over is a new kind of where it can ignite the alts, and that's perfect for like a pullback for Bitcoin.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing. One big thing too is the markets aren't open, right? The TradFi, so the ETF isn't getting bought up today. Do you think potentially what he says today could really like erupt tomorrow, like absolutely insanity in the stock market and especially with the ETFs?
It could, right? And it depends on how hard it pushes up today too, though. If it pushes up
dump going in.
Exactly. Like if it pushes up really hard today and we end the day at like 115, then tomorrow that's a perfect setup for them to make some money on the way down, right?
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's get into the Bitcoin fear and greed. I did mess up there and I'll jump myself, but crypto fear and greed here. Last week was a 61. Yesterday was a 77. My hint for you is we're really close to where we were yesterday.
Yesterday was only really close, 78,
76 the other way. So we're a little less greedy than we were yesterday. I actually was surprised by yesterday's reading of 77. I thought it should have been like 69. But, Trump coin was pumping, I guess, because all my bags were down bad. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it was a clear indication of greed, though. Like, if you think about it over the weekend, like everybody just ditched their bags to chase the green candle, right? And some people made off like bandits and some people like got burnt, if they came in later.
100%. All right, let's get into the roll call here. First is first. Let me bring up the screen. We have a new number one. We got Ordinals tweets for the first time. And sorry to anyone that's in the graveyard, I apologize. But when on my screen, I'm seeing Ordinals tweets with that first one. First is first. Congratulations to you. It is your first one. But guys, I am making a list and I am checking it twice. I'm going to find out who the winner is, and the winner will get rewarded with something nice. We haven't thought about what it's going to be, but it's going to be something nice for sure. And that'll be at the end of the year. We'll have a celebration. Maybe have you on as well. That could be cool if you are interested. So whoever wins, you have that invite. But like I said, Ordo Sweets, he just put a face out there like, I won. Shout out to you, my friend. Mempool Punk was in that 2 spot. Shout out to Mempool Punk and Nagi. Let's go. And they have Nighthawk here out in LA. I hope you were very safe, man. Out there grinding on that Uber. And one day, probably this year, you'll probably be done doing Uber because you're going to be a very, very rich man. Chief Axel is out there. Shout out to Chief Axel. PJNZ. GM all. Ooh, Graveyard got wiped. It did. I didn't get a chance to even see what it was. But I know when I seen 6 a.m. this morning, I was like, uh-oh. I'm sure a lot of you guys got wiped out. Mats is here, Ant-Man is here, and Tim Baker, AOD art himself. Shout out to Tim Bake. Vision of Tomo is here.
Tomo.
Happy America Day. Yes, sir. It is America Day. No is here. Sup says Patty Poo. ASAP Benji is in the house. I walk alone. He said it's a beautiful day. Smash that like button and LFG. Let's go. Thank you. I walk alone. Appreciate you, my friend. Hillbilly is here. GM from the Pennsylvania Wilds. Let's go. Out there grinding in the forest. Shout out to you, my friend. Richie said made small bag of Trump. He made small bag of Trump. Made a big bag of Melania. Good
Hey,
for you,
congrats.
man. Out there grinding. Richie also says Hermetica. I don't think anyone's buying Hermetica dollar yet. Maybe in the future. Mats is here. Kenta is here. Cypher Gang. Shout out to Kenta. Mark Launchpunk says 2025 will make people rich. Yes, 100% agree. Mark says smash them likes. Thank you, Mark. And then Pelpa. Pelpa is a legendary guy here. Shout out to Pelpa, man. Thank you all for making the roll calls today, and shout out to Ordinal Suites for being number one. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right, today's title of the show is the bull market over? Bitcoin ecosystem is burning down. So yeah, we're in a panic mode a little bit, right? I think we discussed that a little bit already. Basically saying, the reason why was Trump pulling, this new coin, and a lot of people sold to kind of go to Solana. And we do know Bitcoin, ordinals enjoyers and runes buyers, they are big Solana guys. A lot of them are. That's where they play, and you probably saw a lot of money get bridged over or centralized exchanges being deposited and withdrawn. What do you think about this? It is bad. Like, it is really bad. Should people be panicking right now?
So this is me personally. I say no, but you should always reassess your situation, right? Or assess the current situation, and why is this happening? Why is that? And try to kind of find some answers. But I think whenever panic kind of comes in, it really leads to kind of irrational decision making, right? Kind of chasing candles, those type of things. And the good thing about runes and ordinals is it's not quick for people to get in and out of, right? So like you have time to kind of think of things as you're like actually splitting your runes up, right? So I say, me personally, the research that I've done is I'm not panicking because of the builders that are here and the venture capital investment interest that is still here. And it's we heard from a builder or somebody that's really involved with building, builders teams, saying that right now it's easier to get VC money than at the Bitcoin conference of 2024 in Nashville, which to me was a bit wild because, the user base is a little slowed down here. But that is exactly the statement that we heard. You heard it as well. And it kind of shocked us a little bit. But at the same time, it makes sense because these builders are heads down building. And a lot of these people, like these VCs that are investing, they've been investing in infrastructure since last year, right? And so they believe that their investment's going to pay off in 2025 as the Bitcoin infrastructure for the ecosystem starts to roll out. We're talking about Arch, we're talking about Nubit, we're talking about Mind Labs, we're talking about, Tap, we're talking about all these different types of, and then you mentioned a new one with Oil Wallet and Arthur Hayes utilizing Wasm, to be able to do DeFi stuff for runes. So again, another new player is courting runes. And when I say courting runes, I mean, they want the runes to be able to service the runes community. So a lot of this information kind of just gets hushed or swept under the rug because the focus is on what's going on now. And what's going on now is AI, and I guess meme coins are back in the play because of Melania. So you got AI on virtuals, Base / Ethereum, and then you got memes back again, plus AI on Solana. So those are the two mindshare places right now. But the quiet mindshare place, and it's more of the VC investor side, is the Bitcoin ecosystem. And just that's the information I can give you from a research perspective, and that's what keeps me from panicking and keeps my conviction solid.
100%. I'm the complete opposite. I'm panicking. I'm in full panic mode. I sold all my dog this weekend. I sold all my BDC, all my Mr. Yen, and some Liquidium as well. I'm just not bullish right now. And I'm just that kind of guy. I'm just like, either I'm all in or I'm all out. And I could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong for the sake of the show. But I want to invest in things like Arch. I want to invest in things like Ordinals. I want to invest in things like things with utility. And I think for me, selling all this wasn't really bearish on runes, in general. It was just I'm just done with meme coins. I don't want any part of it. It's more of a just kind of who I am. All right. I've always just been more on DeFi. I did play around in meme coins and stuff when BRC20s were hot. I'm making money. And I, like I said, I could be completely wrong about this, but for me, I'm just personally done with all meme coins. I want utility. I want utility-backed projects. I want founders with with the foresight of seeing, the next big thing to destroy TradFi. I want to destroy TradFi. I want to be a part of that. And meme coins, I just don't see these big investors coming in and buying meme coin. I just don't see it on Bitcoin. I just don't see that as a thing. And I do hope they do pump, but I want to invest in something like Arch when they drop their token. I want to do the airdrop stuff like that. I want to invest in bigger stuff than just meme coins. I'm just so out on it, guys.
Yeah, that makes sense, and I think that's a fair take. I will say though, this time around of you exiting runes, you got into something that is has substance with the whatever you're getting into with AI and all that stuff, right? But last time you kind of panicked as well, right? And you got out of runes at the worst time possible.
Possible time, 100%. I did, and I hope it's probably gonna happen again. But it was one of those things where I just hate meme coin. That's my problem. I can't hold them. I just can't hold them.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that, like I said, this time around, I think you're probably in a safer kind of like you're not just chasing a green candle for the sake of chasing a green candle.
I'm chasing red candles right now.
So that's my point. For me, I do believe that runes are. I think it's kind of it's this kind of. I said I feel like it's almost kind of a psyop right now. That everybody's trashing it. Everybody's trashing like the ordinal space outside. Yet ordinals are still number 2 in total volume, only behind Ethereum, and it's they could easily catch up to them. And they've really solidified themselves as a top 1 or 2 digital art chain. And also in terms of the runes, I believe that whenever you have projects that are using Wasm, when you have projects that are using Rust like Solana, projects using Solidity like Merlin and all these other and then you have Near, which I think uses maybe Rust as well. But anyways, my whole point is they're trying to plug into service runes, right? That's something that's telling. And then also the VC money. So one thing about VC money that we know is in DeFi summer, and DeFi back in 2021, VC money was part of the reason the pump actually happened. They were actually pumping up these tokens. They were invested, but they also pumped the tokens themselves. So when they're invested collectively in ecosystem, they're going to collectively try to make it work, get going. And so because of that, that's why I'm sticking with my guns and staying in my positions of where I'm at. But either one of us could be wrong on this, but I think that the exciting thing is I think no matter what, in the bull market, the Bitcoin ecosystem is a big deal because of the branding of Bitcoin. There will be a time when it goes up. It might not go up as crazy as we initially thought, but it will go up because it is the Bitcoin ecosystem when everything's going kind of crazy, right? So we'll see.
Yeah, 100%. I'm definitely bullish on the ordinals for sure. With that 100%, I am bullish on puppets, node monkeys, quantum cats, OMB. I'm very bullish on these assets and their founders. All right, with puppets, and bullish on that whole community of crazy people. And then node monkeys, Raktoshi, I think he's going to build something cool. Udi, you can't deny Udi with quantum cats. And then ZK Shark with Ordinal Maxibiz. I think I'm very, very bullish on potentially holding ordinals. And I will probably always be. Runes, on the other hand, Casey's meme coin casino. I'm just kind of hoping for it to be less meme coin. Like I said, when there's a room with the utility, especially when fluid comes, and right now the only real one is probably Liquidium. That's worth investing in right now. Everything else, but I need to see more. Liquidium can't hold by itself. It needs help with more and more utility tokens. Well, Bitcoin could be a utility chain.
Yeah, well, I mean, but and there's a lot of projects that are planning for 2025 runes kind of TGE, right? So that's coming. And you do have a
Hope
couple
so.
different. You have a couple different ones. You have like Cipher Genesis. You have also. I don't know if Hermetica has their utility token out or if it's just a stable
No.
one right now. But they will have a utility one out eventually. I think Bound is going to use the Rune standard as well, which is another stable token.
Yeah.
Really like those guys that are building on Arch, right? Like you already said, Fluid themselves. I'm sure Saturn's
Yeah.
going to have their token.
Yeah.
You know, all these are coming. There's tons of utility that's coming, and there's a couple tiny ones that are here right now, but you know, they're coming for sure.
No, 100%. And I am bullish on that. 100%. I want to hold every token that you just mentioned. Ordinal Hive, you know, BitPerp, Fluid tokens, Emblem Vault, Merlin, you know, and so many more. I want to hold these ones, right? But they're not, a lot of them I just named aren't even available yet. And potentially I'm going to get airdrops for them all because I'm using their you know, their utility, their, you know, their test nets and stuff like that. So especially Arch and Saturn and everything that's going happening with Funky Bit and stuff like that. Like I'm not bullish on meme coins, but I would love to hold Funky Bit's token. I think they're going to make a lot of money. So really bullish on utility runes and utility tokens on Bitcoin for sure.
Yep.
All right, jump to the next thing here. We kind of hit on a little bit, but we'll kind of break it down. Oil wallet. So this is something, shout out to Crypto Slow. He hit me up. He's a YouTuber himself. He's like, yo, you need to check this out. Because he's a huge he dumped a lot of money in Airheads. So he's paying attention. He said Alkanes is now live on mainnet. This is a tweet from Oil Wallet themselves. Docs and more information on how to start building coming tomorrow. Alkanes is the meta protocol enabling smart contracts directly on the Bitcoin blockchain by leveraging WebAssembly, otherwise known as WASM. It allows developers to deploy and interact with smart contracts using Bitcoin's Layer 1 infrastructure. Oil Wallet, a Bitcoin wallet designed for seamless trading of Ordinals, BRC20, and runes, has integrated Alkanes into its platform. The integration enables users to interact with Alkane smart contracts directly within the wallet's interface. Pretty nuts. If you don't know what WASM is, it was a smart contract language created by the Polkadot guys. I want to say it was Astar who used it first. And then now you got more and more of these projects, especially on Polkadot, using it as well. It's kind of a different language than Solidity, but it's made for smart contracts. I'm very bullish on WASM. When Astar became EVM and WASM, it was a big deal for the ecosystem because in that sense you had one. Now Astar is actually becoming a product on Sony's chain, Sonium. So that's massive for them. I've been paying attention to that. But, you know, Sonium is going to be using WASM as well. So the fact that we're going to have it here on Bitcoin, I don't know the inner workings of this or how it's going to work, but I'm definitely bullish on it.
Yeah. Looks like there was a meta protocol created on Bitcoin to really service or like interact with these WASM smart contracts, right? So that's interesting. But what's happening here? This is interesting, and I think it's kind of having this formation, this slow formation, so it's hard to see in real time. But let's say that, like, you know, with WASM, the Polkadot community, right now, that can be a part of the Bitcoin ecosystem community. What's going on with Cardano, Charles Hawkinson wanting so badly for Cardano to service Bitcoin DeFi. Now the Cardano community can be a part of the Bitcoin ecosystem community. What's happening with ICP? That one's probably a little weaker right now. I think Bob Bali can probably, you know, influence a little bit more. I think ICP should jump at this, by the way, you know, but they can bring their community over to the Bitcoin ecosystem community. And then we have some of these EVMs, which they're not going to bring too much EVM over. But then you have, you know, the near community being a kind of smart contract layer for Bitcoin as well, in terms of verifying computation on their chain and then sending the transactions over to Bitcoin to be verified on Bitcoin's chain. So now you have the near community. So my whole point that I'm getting at is the Bitcoin ecosystem community is looked at as a small niche community with Ordinals, runes, and BRC20s. But now what we need to be doing, in my opinion, is opening our arms to these other communities that they have developers and builders trying to plug in here, because then our community grows. What happens when that happens? Liquidity grows. Because I'll tell you one other thing. These other chains communities, they need Bitcoin as much as we need them. And because they don't, right now it's Ethereum, EVM, which is either Ethereum layer 2 or Ethereum. You have the Bitcoin community, then you have Solana. And those three are the ones that actually have communities that have volumes that matter. Yeah, Sui, a little bit here, there, but you get what I'm saying. So, but we can gain numbers through this kind of approach of them wanting to plug into Bitcoin and offer a solution because they all want to service ordinals and runes. So abstract, by the way, with ordinals too. So that's the EVM plug.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. But you just mentioned a lot of them. You mentioned Near. You mentioned everything. They're building with
Mind
Arch
Lab.
and Mind Labs and Arch as well. And then you have Tap. And can we withstand 5 ecosystems building something different? Is there enough liquidity for 5 ecosystems to kind of shine here, or is there going to end up just being one? Are they all just going to fight and see who wins?
So I think it's more like this. They all want to service runes and ordinals. We're runes and ordinals originally, right? We should be happy. It's like let's just say example, like the Bachelor, right? The show. He has like 5 women that are courting him and want, right? Now, out of those 5 women, they go through rigorous process and all that. Then so there's a high probability that at least 1 or 2 of them he's going to be really interested in. You know what I mean? And so, in my opinion, I think this is really bullish because there's 5 like ecosystems that want to service runes and ordinals, giving more liquidity to these original assets that were born on Bitcoin, right? And so now, how does it work out in the end? I don't know. I can't tell the future, but I'd rather have 5 than 1 or 2. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. But like for me, it's like, okay, you want to service runes, so you just want to trade your dog for your cat. You just want to trade your dog for your gizmo. Like you want to add liquidity to these so you guys can have swap. Like it's just me. It's just like it's cool and all, but I need more. I need some real DeFi with some real DeFi protocols and stuff like that. And I just don't see the reward of a lot of them with the runes we have today. I just feel like there's gonna be a next wave of runes that come, and that is going to be worth these protocols, all 5 of them. They have to get together and they have to figure out what are we doing. Like, we want to serve as runes. We want to do a lot of DeFi stuff. Well, we got to create value in these tokens, and the meme coins are just not it. They're just not what they're going to create value in because they can't make money off that.
Well, I don't think that's what they're trying to. Well, first, they are fighting for one thing, and that's service fees, I think, right? So, and these are protocols that are, maybe partly native to the chain they're coming from or whatever. I wouldn't be shocked if they end up launching a rune, and they are fighting for service fees, right? And let's just say this. Let's say so. All of these communities, and I think we, as the Bitcoin ecosystem community, needs to do a way better job at welcoming people over here.
Yeah.
But like if we welcome their ecosystem, community members over here, they're a part of our community as well, right? So they have 1 foot in, 1 foot on the other side. But now they have exposure to runes. And not only that, now they just want a better experience trading runes, right? So if it's better with the Near solution, they'll probably migrate over there for a little bit. And then what if there's 2 solutions that are great, and then now there's just liquidity that's going back and forth, but they can at least like feel good about trading on in these 2 different environments is my point, right? And so I think it actually is bullish, and that's probably what these VCs see is that like, look, there's multiple like projects from different chains that are trying to plug into Bitcoin. We got to be a part of that. Let's make sure that we're a part of that. That's what I see.
I agree. But if these protocols are just going to come out with swaps where you're just trading your dog for the cat, I think it's all going to be a waste. So they gotta definitely. I'm hoping to see more.
I'll leave on that. I'll leave that topic on that to where you just said there does the one that has something extra original, a cool little like protocol that's fun. They might get a head start, but they also need a smooth UX too. So that's where I think they're starting.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a good start, but I need projects that burn coins. I need projects that come in and just be completely different than what we have on Ethereum Solana. If you're going to come in here and you're going to build swaps where what we have on Ethereum Solana, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. So you got to think outside the box. Yeah, I know we're just building the infrastructure right now, and we need to focus on that first. But I think that if you're going to come out and make something cool, you're going to be pumped and you're going to be dumped. So you got to. It has to be better than cool. So.
Yep.
But Mario Naval, this is something really cool. I'm not a big fan of this guy. I think he's a pay to play guy. If you want an article written from him, you have to pay for it. Or if you want to go into Spaces, you got to pay between $40,000 and $80,000, and that is not right. And that's not something we want to promote here. But he did come out with this, and we don't know if it's paid for or whatever, but BTC DeFi boom, $47 billion in liquidity play incoming. So Bitcoin ripped past 100K, but most of it is just sits there until now. L2s and DeFi are waking up. BTC Stacks upgraded, Bob onboarded 300K users, and Mesos. I'm thinking that Mesos, Bob, and Stacks all kind of got together to pay for this. But what do you think? What do you think from this?
Well,
Am I wrong?
Finish reading. It says TVL hit 7.4 billion, Babylon and Lombardi. So we know about the kind of Bitcoin staking,
Yeah.
restaking. It says equals more gains, Binance backing runes, and staking adds fuel. So I don't know. And it says and better with U.S. regulations, Bitcoin DeFi is about to explode. The part at the very bottom shows the source though, Cointelegraph. So I think that that's what gives this a little bit more. I guess credibility, right? Is that like he got this information from Cointelegraph, and so but I don't know, like this is kind of what we're hearing whispers about, right? Is that there's VCs that are investing in our space, but it isn't like the users aren't here right now. The users aren't like doing they're over trying to chase the next thing on virtuals and all that stuff, which is fun, by the way. Like I've done it too. But that's where the mind share is. Like you have to remember the users have including myself have an attention span of a gnat in our space, right? Bitcoin ecosystem, covering the Bitcoin ecosystems actually made me better about that, because I'm like actually able to be like, okay, this is a slower cook over time, and that's what it seems to be. But you know, if this is truly Cointelegraph reporting this, then this is really bullish.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. All right. Let's kind of get into some comments. Let me get out of here because we know the inauguration is starting. Mice Elf says Runes hasn't experienced a post having year bull market yet, and they haven't. 100%. Lennox says inauguration update. Everyone's praying except for Baron. He might be an atheist. Yeah, I don't really know about that. Myself says it's all about mindshare. Memes attract the masses. Just look at what Doge did last cycle with no utility. Yep. I don't see anything else. Markets can stay irrational longer than people can stay solvent.
Or sane.
As well.
Or sane.
And then Kai Effect says bulls are back. Shout out to Kai Effect, man. Love you. And I think you sent us a super chat last week. We didn't get a chance to bring it up, but I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for always doing that. You are, sir, are a legend. You're the man. So but I think that's our show today. We're going to get ready to watch this inauguration. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. 293 people in here. I want to thank every single one of you guys. And I promise tomorrow's show will be absolutely insane. So tune in tomorrow, same time, same place.
Yep. And we thank each and every one of you guys for checking us out again. We hope that you learned something, at least one thing from our show each and every time you watch. But if you wouldn't mind checking out our partners, greatly appreciate that. Emblem Vault is the interoperability tool. They're actually going to be working with Abstract Chain, the Pudgy Penguin chain, because they want ordinals, guys. So get excited about that. But you can also learn about their jump feature with Lit Protocol, so you can jump your ordinals over to Abstract, Merlin. There's about 6 in the EVM cohort for Q1 that they have scheduled. And then you can also learn about their AI wallet integration for Bitcoin coming up. You can learn more at emblem.vision. And then BetBTC is the interoperability, or not interoperability, they are the predictions marketplace. Man, I'm so excited about this inauguration because I want to see Bitcoin pump. I'm rushing here. But anyways, it is the predictions marketplace for the Bitcoin ecosystem. They utilize ICP and Bitcoin technology for you guys to be able to place bets on their marketplace. All you need is an Xverse wallet and some Bitcoin, and it takes 6 blocks for you guys to place some bets there. Learn more at betbtc.io. And then BitPerp, we just spoke about them. Leverage and Perps Dex for the Bitcoin ecosystem. Huge announcements coming up. And they will have their paper trading competition very, very soon. Learn more at bitperp.io. Fluid tokens, staking. If you want to check out staking on Bitcoin Layer 1, check out fluidtokens.com and click on the Bitcoin side. You can go there. You can earn for staking your assets. And then Merlin Chain, your #1 scaling solutions for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. If you're a builder, apply for their builder grant. They have great builder support there. And if you want to swap like you do on Uniswap, you can do so on merlinswap.org. And you can learn more at merlinchain.io. And don't forget about our integrated partners, Foxy, Metaverse on Bitcoin, and Ordinal Hive, Aggregator, Ordinal Marketplace. Appreciate you guys checking out our partners.
Yep. And if you guys wouldn't mind checking out ordinalrevolution.com, we have some of the best articles dating all the way back to last year. If you know someone just entering the space, send them our website. Really feel like it can help them get started and code up to where we are today. We also have a VPN. If you guys need a VPN, use Nord. It's my personal favorite. We have a link to a 70% off coupon on the website. If you guys need merch, we have some of the best merch in all Bitcoin, not just all crypto, not just Bitcoin. So definitely check out our merch. Everything you got, find all that at ordinalrevolution.com. And guys, we are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 4 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. And on that note, we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
We OG, oh no, G. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo, yeah. Experts on reload, yeah. You're not bullish enough, yeah. Oh no, you're not bullish enough. You ain't got the oh no. I get stoned by the bolo. Bitcoin set to Olo. Experts on reload. Mempool getting hot. Everybody wanna rock, ayy. Rooms is coming, everybody on a knot, ayy. It's a nuisance, Ordinal Revolution, ayy. Ordinal Revolution. Yo, is my guy for real, bro? Got French right now. Yo, BRC 420, bro. Yo, that shit on fire, bro. Imagine if he in here. Yeah, lock it in the seal. Murder. I got balls of steel. Nookies on the field. Yeah, this shit for real. With no calls, I get so far. Got 100 phone calls. Bet I go hard, and they gon' love me. Smoke weed, huddle back. I get shiesty. Where my Bitcoin looking lovely. All this Satoshi's nothing above me.